The pre-ACT training video. This is just some general information, things that you need to know for testing. So general information about the pre-ACT. The test has 4 parts, just like the regular ACT: English, math, reading, and science. Standard classrooms have 20-ish or fewer students, and then for the most part, teachers will be testing their advisory students. Accommodated rooms range from 1 student to 25 students with multiple proctors. On test day, you'll read from a script that will take students through filling out their demographics and then taking the test. You'll track the timing of the test and then monitor that all students are doing their work. Timing: in standard rooms, you must use the entire time dedicated for the test. If you have an extended time room, if everybody in the room is finished and standard time has elapsed, you can move on to the next test. Make sure that you never leave the testing room unattended. An adult should always be in the room, especially while students are testing, but even if students leave for break, there needs to be somebody in the room. Late arrivals: you may not admit students to testing after you have passed out the test booklets. If you are still bubbling in the pre-administration information, you can admit them, but students who arrive once the test has started should be sent to the little theater. During the pre-administration, ensure that students are not only filling in the boxes for the demographics, but they are also bubbling in the circles underneath them. Last year, we had a number of students who were answering the questions only in their test booklet. So at the beginning of the first test, make sure you're walking around the room to ensure that students are bubbling in their answers on the answer sheet. If they don't, we have to call and get approval for them to transfer them. So it's easiest to just have them do it up front. If a student needs to leave during the test for the bathroom, collect their materials and send them with a pass. Mark on the roster the time they left and the time that they returned. Only 1 student may leave at a time. If 2 or more need to leave and can't wait, it's an emergency, we will need to find somebody to accommodate them or accompany them. Cell phones are not allowed. Students must or may not use them during tests or breaks. The phone must be off and put away in the classroom carrier. We will follow our school rules as normal. For breaks, tell your students to go to the approved break area. Instruct students to go to the nearest restroom or water fountain to your testing location. You should stay with the testing materials. If you need a break, a bathroom, drink break, if you just need to walk for a moment, you can text or email Haley Jung. The information for contacting her is at the bottom. Someone will be sent to allow you to go. The script: follow the script exactly, and then only pass out materials when directed to in the instructions. We've added handwritten notes within the script. It's very easy to follow. Just do what the script says. Not allowed highlighters, books to read when finished, scratch paper, cell phones, smartwatches. If students have questions, you can answer questions about the mechanics of the test, such as if they ask, do I put my answers for this section here? Otherwise, you can't answer anything test related. Proper seating: I know this is going to be challenging for some spaces, so just do your best. They ideally would like students to be 3 feet apart, shoulder to shoulder, side to side, and then shoulder to shoulder, front to back. Students should be in rows, one directly behind the other. They should all face forward or face the same direction. And then if you're seating 2 at a table, just make sure that they are spread out as far as possible. I know some of our science classrooms are 5 feet. So again, just make sure that they're spread out as far as possible. A seating diagram will be provided for you if you have your room set up differently, but all of the criteria are met. Just sketch the seating diagram on the back of that page. Students can only be working on the section that you are on. If they're working on another section, contact Haley. The student will need to be removed from testing. Test booklets and answer keys are secure test materials. They must never be left unattended by trained staff. They may never be left somewhere. They can only be passed off directly to a test coordinator or a designee who comes to get your items. People that haven't completed the test security training may not be in the testing room. And then without causing a stressful environment, try to be as efficient as possible in getting the test started quickly. If you have concerns about irregularities or prohibited behavior, reach out to Haley Jung. If there is an irregularity, we will remove that student and then we will fill out the form for that. If there's an emergency such as a fire alarm, students will just close their answer document in their test book, leave it on the desk, lock your door, exit the building, your room, and then wait for further instructions. If there is another interruption, such as an extended announcement during testing, just have them close their answer document, pause the time, and then once the interruption is over, have students continue and start the time. If you're unsure of anything, please ask. If you have any issues or if you have a concern with test security, please report it. And then make sure your focus is on the testers and try not to disrupt them with loud noises. Pass out test booklets directly to each student and don't leave test booklets at empty desks. If a student is not there, just skip that desk entirely. So key points: ensure proper timing, make sure cheating isn't occurring, follow the script, don't leave the materials unattended, and ask when you aren't sure of something. The script really walks you through everything. If you are needing help, especially on test day, you're going to text Haley Jung. So you can text or you can email, and then she will send somebody to come assist you. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please reach out.